Yeah, hi everybody. I'm feeling a little bit better right now. I decided we're gonna have a talk later and straighten everything out. And the last video, the camera was acting weird, and we thought maybe something happened with the batteries and memory card, but apparently it was working fine, but that camera has been acting strange, so we're using a different camera. Anyway, I was talking about the reprinting of Warren Publications material in book form, and I had to get, and it has a bunch of other ones out there I want to get eventually, but Steve Ditko, you might remember him as his most notable accomplishment was the creation of Spider-Man, although Stan Lee takes credit for that, but Stan Lee's a fucking hack, basically. He just he's an idea guy, he's one of these Jewish idea guys, and so he probably just say, I want to do a story about a guy who's by spider and gets spider powers, and basically Steve did all the work designing the costume, and even wrote a lot of the early comics all by himself, but according to Stan Lee, he takes full credit because that's the way the business is, I guess. But anyway, Steve Ditko, he did, he doesn't draw very attractive females, but he draws pretty scary monsters. He draws this sort of, that's not a particularly, well, I guess it's an okay drawing of a barbarian, I guess. And he did a lot of these stories for Creepy and Eerie magazine. He's good artwork. I don't think he had quite as much creative control for Warren, because I think they had some hack writers there, and they pretty much churned out this stuff, and he illustrated it, and he wasn't even getting as much money as he was making at Marvel Comics, and I think he left because of, I guess, the official reason would probably be creative differences. Of course, you get a different story concerning that incident depending on who you talk to. But anyway, Steve Ditko is a very interesting character. They spent a lot of time ridiculing his politics, because he has conservative politics, which I think is really, well, why do that? Clearly they're pushing an agenda. There's no reason to try to diss the guy according to his political beliefs. But anyway, so that's Steve Ditko. There's a pen and ink stuff that you probably recognize from his comic book. He did great stuff in the 50s. I think that was back before Marvel went superhero, and they were called Time Atlas or something like that, I think. And they did a lot of monster stories and stuff like that. And actually, Spider-Man kind of was an offshoot of one of those kind of monster stories, actually. So I got that book. So just wanted to show you that really quickly. Oh, this stuff is great when he does that Netherworld stuff like he did for Doctor Strange. That was another one he did, Doctor Strange. I never got into Doctor Strange. I had a friend who was. Actually, now I kind of would like to get in. I think Doctor Strange is pretty cool, but of course now all those old 60s comics are kind of pricey, and until they reprint them in a book format, I think I'll have to forego the pleasure of adding that to my library. And now this other book here, this book's been in print for, I think 20 years now. Smithsonain Collection of Newspaper Comics. Love this stuff, of the old comic strips they had back in the early 20th century. And a lot of the stuff is so creative and so weird. It just still stands up today. Even these people had a wonderful imagination, and not using any kind of mind-altering substances. Oh yeah, Polly and her pals. Yeah, great stuff, great stuff. I love that. And the black and white stuff is good too. I like the pen work. Sometimes the colors can be kind of distracting. Sometimes take away from the pen work. Usually when I do pen and ink pictures, I'll make a scan of the black and white pen and ink work, and then I'll color it and make a separate scan of the colorized work, because I think they're almost two entirely different pieces. Stand on their own there. It's an alley-oop. Yeah. Captain Easy, I don't remember him so much, but anyway, great stuff, huh? Love it. It's a big book. You'll have to buy it yourself. I actually got this. I think I got this copy for $1. On the internet, so you can shop around, you can get a deal like that too. Lee fell out that rose. And so yeah, that's it for my art books for now. Okay, everybody. A drink.